Hello, welcome back to BLENDERSUSHI Live Noding. In this episode, I'm going to kind of do like an improv. It's regarding the character creations that I did. We did this kind of spider character. I'm thinking like maybe we can try to do like a bipedal character, like a human character. There are many ways to do this, but let me have a think. I guess the easiest way is to start with the simplest character, probably like a stick figure kind of character. I'll just go to the front view and then maybe just draw a stick figure. Normally, stick figure character, if we draw it using grease pencil, we want to do it in a few strokes. The minimum, maybe just the head. For the head, maybe the animators tend to draw it like in multiple strokes, and then I don't know, the body, maybe the body is like a square, and the character should have like a arm should be drawn in a single stroke, and then the leg. Yeah, so we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 kind of 6 part. Or another way to approach this is maybe for the character we can draw the middle part, and with the middle part we can make a segment, kind of head, body. I'm trying to simplify. This is maybe possible like for the middle part. I always think like the array is kind of nice because it has the head part and then kind of the tail part, and then you can add a arm as needed. But yeah, I think this guy is still kind of the simplest way to do it. So maybe let's try doing it like this. Yeah, so we have 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, 6 strokes. Convert grease pencil to Bezier, and then I don't like that kind of link strokes. Turn it off, and so we have this file, save as Sverchok stick figure. Oh yeah, I'll be using Sverchok for this. For this guy, really the concept is to have like a modular system. So really, we can separate this by a loose part, and then maybe just set origin to geometry. So we should have multiple part. Actually, with the curve, we cannot seems to be easily converting. We cannot separate by loose part so easily, which is interesting. So I guess we can keep it and go to Sverchok with all these 6 strokes. View, front view. Okay, Sverchok, get our line stuff, objects in, get selection. It's a single strokes combinations consisting our information for the head, the body, and then the arm and the legs. Okay, how do we deal with this? Let's try doing this one by one. So we can separate loose parts. This is the nice thing about Sverchok. You can do this easily, and now you can end up with the 6 item. And let's separate it. First of all, I'll try to get the arm parts. It's probably the easiest. Maybe the level needs to be level 1. Okay, level 1, and we have the first item, second. Seems like it's already like a reset into that position, like middle. because I set the origin. Okay, so we have one, the head, the body, arm, legs, and legs. So the idea is with the modular system, we should be able to kind of tell, okay, this curve is for the arm, this curve is for the legs, this curve for the head, this one is for the body, and then just made something based on that information. Yeah, so I'll try with the arm first. We know with the arm we can do it similarly to the spider legs. We can resample it. Resample segments, vector interpolation, and with this guy, so we have control over how many segments we want. And for this guy, let's keep it simple. We just use a float range 0 to 1. How many count? Maybe 3. So that's for the arm. With this, we can easily actually turn it into stick just by using this one of these. Okay, if we bake, see, bake that, we have this guy, and we can also kind of have the, let's make it like a balls and cylinder. Since we already able to create a cylinder pretty easily, just use a skin mesher. We just need to add the balls part. So we have kind of thickness there. Keep it pretty thick. Let's have a sphere. Actually, I like a rounded box better than sphere. For that guy, we need to have. Let's use a B-mesh viewer. I want to have like a real object right away for this. So I'm gonna name this actually. This is left arm. Matrix in. This guy is the position of for the balls, and this is the rounded box. Let's try just plug that in. Okay, we have something. The ball is a little bit big, so I'll make it smaller. So we have that kind of super basics kind of stick figure design. If you want to make it 3D, oftentimes if you have like a animation student, they will make this kind of design. That's for the arm. Seems to be, yeah, I guess that's pretty alright. Vector size, we can leave it like that. It's not particularly interesting, but we can live with that. And skin measure, and okay, we have that. We need another one for the arms. Perhaps for the legs, we're gonna also just gonna use this. So I'm gonna duplicate this guy. Select this and make a duplicate. Oh, I should get rid of this frame nodes. Delete. Okay. I want to have another arm, so this should be like maybe item number 4. Plug that in. Oh, we actually have the leg. Be careful with the naming here. So I better name it properly. Left arm. So that's the left arm ball. This is gonna be left arm stick. This is gonna be the other leg, the other legs. I'll give it a name, right leg stick, and this is gonna be the right leg balls. Okay, now each one have a proper naming. Yeah, so this is what I mean by try to make this modular. Actually, a better way is to turn this into a monad. The monad that's gonna generate these skin and the balls, but the naming is important as well. For each one of them, we need, whenever we make like a duplicate, it should be renamed right away. This is probably like right arm, and this is gonna right arm stick, and this is the data coming in. Okay, that's the other arm. One more for the legs. If I'm not wrong, there is actually, maybe there is one Sverchok nodes that generates this kind of a stick and ball, but for now we're just gonna use a skin modifier. Sometimes the skin modifier makes this kind of twisting, so just be careful with that. Gonna rename this one. It's gonna be the leg. This is gonna be left leg, and this is gonna be left leg balls. Plug that in. Let's generate our other legs. Okay. Okay, now so all we need to do next is just to make the head part and the body part. I'm still thinking how is the best way to approach it. We can perhaps just use box, or for the head we can use sphere, but we can also use maybe like a skin modifier for the head. I'm still thinking. What we can do with this guy is really we can measure the height and the width, and also with the body part, the height and the width we can measure that pretty easily. So the height can be probably for the body parts, and then the width we can measure and then use it as skin modifier. So that's possible. So we can try that with the body. Let's try. Viewer, draw. Let's get the body part. Let's find the item. Let's see. Okay, see, that's actually the dots, the points of grease pencil as a points representation. Let me try to kind of get the height. We can probably use bounding box for that. Let's give it a try. This is a quick trial and error. So bounding box, vertices, center, vertices give you 1, 2, 3. Should give you like 8 different points. There's the center that we can use. There's edges and the mean. The mean should be like the center. The vertices we can kind of measure. Okay, bounding box kind of measure objects in a 3-dimensional kind of way. So we're gonna have like 8 different points. So 8 different points. Let me think. I'm going to pick the first, maybe the first and the fourth points. I'm gonna need to use list item once again from this bounding box and try to get the points. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like I said, there should be like 8 points for the bounding box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For to get the height, we can measure the first point and then the fourth point. Okay, 0 and 4. 0 and 4, that's the number we need. 0 and 4, just measure the distance. I just realized that it might be easier if we just get the center points of the bottom 2 points and then get the middle parts for the stick center. Okay, let me try that. Sorry, this is like kind of like an improv thing. I'm kind of thinking while doing this. So 0, 0 and 1 should give you the 2 points we needed. So 0 and 1, and then the middle part, actually using the vector interpolation, if I'm doing this correctly, or even vector lerp, you can get the center points. So tricky part. But you see, because we have 2 points, we can kind of get the center points using 0.5. So that's the bottom part of this stick figure creatures. Okay, that's cool. It's getting somewhere, and we need the top part. Using the same information, this and this, I'm gonna join it, and then this is the top part. I'm gonna use fewer draw. Let's hope that this is gonna work. Okay, that's number 4. 4, 5, 6, 7. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gonna use number 5, okay? And use vector lerp. Factor 0.5. Plug this in, plug that in. We should now have the center point, and with the center point we can connect the two using UV connection. Okay, now the nodes has grown. This and this, this is the body part. Probably for the head part we can do the similar things. We just need to find a kind of like the center. Maybe for the head we just use sphere for simplicity, but for the body part we can simply kind of join the 2 vector. So this guy plus this guy combined together, and as a result we should have like a stick figure in the center. Hopefully, if I'm doing this correctly. Okay, yeah, there we go. That's the center part. Because for what I'm doing here, I'm kind of devising, thinking of a way. If the animators want to draw stick figure, you can tell them, okay, to draw the stick figure, you don't want them to kind of change to the way you design it. You want to design your tools here to kind of follow how the animators usually draw stick figure. Okay, so they will draw the head, the body, just using the square like this, and then arm. Make sure they draw the arm in one stroke and then the legs in one stroke. So we have this. Now we have the center part. With the center part, we can do the vector interpolations once again. I like this a lot because we can resample it as many as we want. So this is quite important. Let's resample this like 5 or 6 times, and then use UV connection again, and we should have a new line. Already resampled, and the new line we can use as using skin modifier. And skin modifier, we can just plug in the vertices and the edges with the radius. Just make it like a silly cylinder for now. You can use the noise or whatever to randomize this part if you like. I'll try actually. Just use a noise, or actually vector noise is fine. Scalar, plug into this guy, and with the vertices we just gonna use line. Maybe how many lines we need to tell it? 6. Okay, 6 lines. And the noise kind of generating that kind of value that probably we need to multiply because it's too thin. This should be multiplier, and then just, yeah, alright, that's pretty decent. For now, let's make it like that. The simpler the better. Integer here. This one, tell it 6 or 4, or actually less is more. See, 4 is looking better, and we can randomize the noise here. Different body shape. Yeah, it's getting somewhere. It's super simplistic, but still, you know, pretty interesting. Maybe at some stage we just, you know, make sure the body fits better. This is a single part of the body. If you I did some research on some of character design, especially on a robot. For the robot, it's nice to have like the top body part, and then the middle part, and then also this what do you call this? The underwear part, the hips part. Yeah. So if you have a character like this, it's easier to generate kind of a believable robot character. You just attach a leg over here, you know, give it some typical bipedal characters, and the head, you know, of course. This is actually my future procedural robot design. For now, we just we stick with this one. You can of course make the body part into 3 parts, separate it, and then generate this. For now, we're just gonna stick with this, a baby robot. For the head, let's do one more thing. For the head, let's do it differently. Again, wow, we have so many nodes now. It looks complicated, but it's still really simple. Simple robot. Okay, this is the original data coming in. Let's grab the head part. Plug that in. Item number 0, and we're just gonna work on the head. Like I said, once again, we need to make it modular. So currently we have this simple arm, legs, okay, and then we have the middle, the body part. That's another module, and then we need to create a head. For the head, For the sake of simplicity, I'm gonna use the bounding box, and let's check the data first. Is this the head? Yeah, this is the head part. You see, head part. Plug into the bounding box. With the bounding box, really, you can have this square. If you really want, you can turn bounding box into box quite easily. Just use box, because the box data and the bounding box kind of match. You can have that. You can easily have that kind of flat piece of plane, but we don't want a flat piece, so we need probably just the mean and the sphere for the head, for simplicity. That, and matrix in center point plugged in there. Okay, center point, but it's yeah, it's a flat head. I don't want a flat head. Get the mean, plug into that guy. Now we have a cylinder with the radius we can control. It's pretty weird looking robot. It's pretty weird looking, but it might work. So instead of the viewer node, I'm gonna use bmesh viewer, and this is gonna be the head part. Vertices, polygon, matrix. Okay. Okay, so we have our robot. So this guy is very procedural in a way that, okay, currently this curve, okay, this curve generates the robot. I'll hide the blue line really quick. Where's the blue line? Okay, that's the blue line. If I want this to work more properly, I need to use the matrix apply. Plug into that guy, plug into that guy, plug into that guy, and then refresh. And Sverchok should update. Oh, apparently we have extra objects there. Delete. Delete. Okay, we have this curve. If I duplicate that curve and then kind of scale it in the z-axis like that, and then duplicate this Sverchok thing. Well, actually, if I source this curve, Sverchok will update it and generates the stick figure for us. And if now if you draw your own new design of the character, like let's say, and this is the head and the body part and the arm, you know, doing weird thing, the leg. Convert grease pencil to curve. With this guy, if we get selection, see, we create a new robot design. I think with the head here, we can, I don't know, I think we need a way to kind of connect the body to the head and then the arm as well somehow, and have control for the radius. Maybe it can be a little bit, it can be more clever, like even the body parts currently it's not 100% fantastic, but anyhow, what's nice is that you can just draw something, draw the body maybe like that. We're gonna do another one. Something like that, and then convert selection. So we have this new designer. I think just duplicate it. Currently, of course, this guy is like totally separated and doesn't have any skeleton joints, whatever. But I guess it's a start. Yeah. So this is Sverchok stick figure design. It's super simple, but it's an idea that you can explore yourself. You can kind of think of the modular part. Okay, the arm is drawn by the user or by the artist using a single stroke. With a single strokes, how do you want to design the arm? Okay, there must be like the procedural way to do this. I think there's an animated movie called I think it's actually Robots by Blue Sky Studio, if I'm not wrong. They use procedural way to generate their robots, and that's actually really cool. For This is probably something that should be good for like a generic robot design, but you can always design it and make it more sophisticated for like a special character, like the main character. But for generic character, you can design the robot this way. I mean, if the body part currently is I don't know. I think I didn't have control over the rotation. I thought this would be like more like that. Um, but anyway, that's all. We can improve this. I don't know. I'm definitely have to revisit this and have to improve this design over time. But for now, this is just a like a balls and tube and sphere and this funky looking body. Yeah, hopefully you find this one useful. Let me know what you think in suggestion below, and thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.